Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Gold Panning Fever, and this is episode number 147. So let me say hi to everyone, catch up on some chat. Weezen, thank you for being here and being early, I appreciate it. I don't know what you're going to do with all the worms though. Jake Peacock, Backyard Prospecting, how's it going? Refocus Rooted Back, Rockhound. Charles King, Mentally Corrupted, HD Chevrolet, thank you, and Donna as well for being mods. I appreciate both of y'all being here, as well as Weez and Geezer. Thank you for being my mods. I always appreciate y'all's help. Culver Prospecting, what are you doing here, man? Why would you come to tonight's show? I have no idea. You come to every show, but in case you didn't know, tonight, in case you didn't see the thumbnail or couldn't read the words underneath it, going through some Culver Prospecting tonight. Who else is in chat? Catch up on everybody. Shane Prothero, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show as always. Appreciate it. John R. Prospecting, how's it going? Jason G. Casey Sring, appreciate everyone being here. And anyone I might miss, I appreciate you being here as well. Wanda, CJ Hayes, Jose, Package Total, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Wildcat Prospecting, somewhere in Ohio. Alan Curie. CJ Hayes, Mike from the Gold Vlog, thank you for being here, appreciate it. So I think Brian Phillips, JBM, I think I've got everybody. Ortiz, thank you for being here and being a mod, my last mod, thank you very much. David Desotales, thank you for being here. All right, I can pop out chat, I think. Go look at my ugly mug. There we go. Putting a live chat. There we go. Oh. Can Do Veteran, how's it going? Amanda Culver, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Yeah. Tiny Cat, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. He's only got a half a bowl of food. He's starving to death, so he'll probably be meowing it up all night. Yeah, his bowl has to be full or he cries. So yeah, we're going to be doing some Culver Prospecting. Now, this one is his independent pass bag. So I have actually panned out the original one he sent me. I want to say it was the Rattlesnake Gulch, and this was last year. He sent me just a sample bag before he even started selling. And that's what I reviewed the other night, and I really liked it. So tonight we're going to be trying some independent pass. So be curious. Is guaranteed 1 gram of gold, so I know we'll find at least that in there. Maybe something good in there as well. Gold Pan and Suntan, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Tim Springston, thank you. I'm looking forward to a good show, too. Hopefully it's good. Never know. Ugh. I might fall over at any minute, so. But I got my coffee, so I should be able to stay awake. I'll try at least. So, as I said, we're going to be going through some Ghost Town Paydirt. I really do like the Culver Prospecting. Make sure you go check him out. I know a lot of people have already panned out his stuff. He's not really that new. He opened, I guess, last year. It just takes me forever to get to Paydirt sellers, especially newer ones. But I will say, I'm really so happy with how Paydirt has evolved over the last couple of years. It used to be when I used to do reviews, when I first started doing this panning 8 years ago, before I even started my YouTube channel, the majority of Paydirt sellers, every time I'd find a new Paydirt seller, they started out bad. The vast majority of them just started out with the golden Paydirt philosophy of sell as much Paydirt as you can and have 0 repeat customers. That was the theory, was just sell as much as you can and rip everyone off and make as much money as possible. But all these new sellers actually care about repeat customers, so they're putting out good products, and it's so much better to see. I mean, the vast majority of new sellers I find have decent products. And most of the bad sellers are ones that have been around forever, that have just had to turn to advertising and stuff. And I will say, I even noticed there's a couple of sellers that have been around for years selling the junk stuff, that they use a lot of big words and keywords to get you to buy their Paydirt, and it's not good. The golden Paydirt theory. You know, where you say a whole bunch of keywords, you give them trash, and you hope that they come back. But if not, you made enough money off of them. But I have noticed some of the other ones have started to come around even and start selling a little bit better product. Montana Prospector, I did them not too long ago, I think last year, late last year. And they were in the championship battle. They didn't last very long, but they're starting to actually put out guaranteed bags of Paydirt that are a little bit better. So it's nice to see. It's always great to see that, you know, new Paydirt sellers and stuff. I will say, I was talking, I think, in Vendetta's last live show, that how things have changed. And I've talked to HD Shovelet about this. When I first started doing these videos, the vast majority of Paydirt sellers, and I talked to a lot of them, sold more half-gram bags than they did full-gram bags. They would sell more quarter grams, more half grams, and 1 gram bags were absolutely the ones that they sold the least of. And that's when gold was about $40 a gram. So it's amazing to me that 1 gram bags are the most dominant ones sold. But I think if gold keeps going over and over $70 a gram, we might start having to see a lot of Paydirt sellers start selling half gram bags and quarter gram bags again. So we'll just see. Is Clashes out yet? I didn't think Clashes was out. And yeah, I've been waiting for it to drop. I did see he posted about 2 weeks ago that he had a new one coming out. What? Now let's weed out the bad sellers. Well, sadly, I do reviews on the bad sellers, and there's not much I can do about it. They just, you know, the one bad thing about bad sellers is they make good money selling bad Paydirt. You know, if you're a good seller, well, I want to say if you're a mediocre seller, let's say you're right in the middle, you won't do very much in sales and you won't make much money. And those typically are the sites that will close. Those are the Paydirt sellers that get run out and close. Really bad sellers like Golden Paydirt, Felix Paydirt, places like that, Montana Prospector, that just don't have a good product, tend to stay around because they make a lot of money. If you sell a bag of Paydirt for $70 and it's only got $10 worth of gold, you made $60. You only need to sell so many bags a month to make your business really profitable. You know, whereas a really good seller that's making $5 or $6 off a bag has to sell a lot. So it's hard to get rid of those bad ones. So but, you know, what you gonna do? Money making Nick, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Rocky Mountain Prospector, North 49, how's it going? Anyone I miss, I apologize. Thank you for joining the show. Yeah. Here, I gotta text somebody really quick. And then we're gonna start panning. There we go. I know, Ortiz. That's what I'm saying. It used to be, like I said, it used to be if I found 10 Paydirt sellers, because I search probably once a month for new Paydirt sellers. And if I find 10 Paydirt sellers, it used to be probably 9 of them or 8 were bad. 1 would be mediocre and 1 would be good. And then probably 8 of those total would close over a year. But now lately, I find 10 websites. I don't find 10. They're not opening as much anymore. Probably 1 or 2 a month, but they're usually pretty good sellers. So actually, you know, it's so much better for the community and the industry in the total. The more good sellers you have, the less chance that somebody will buy their first bag, get ripped off, and never do the hobby again. You know, when I first started doing this, the vast majority, and most of the people probably in live chat, first bag of Paydirt was probably Golden Paydirt. but they still stuck around. For every one person that stuck around after getting a bag from Golden Paydirt, there's probably 9 that never looked for another bag of Paydirt again. You know, it's the same thing with the Gold Rush. Gold Rush, the TV show, probably could have had so many people joining this hobby, but they just sold absolute trash. You know, they had a 10%, 15% ROI. If they had a 50% ROI at a Gold Rush, they would have probably had 1 million repeat customers all the time. They would have probably made bank. I mean, I know who they were getting their gold from. I know it was somebody they could rely on that could have kept them in business for a very long time, but nope. You know, the quick way out. Hey, Randy Bennett, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And you're welcome. 9 months, that's too long. You gotta have to win something on my channel, brother. So, all right. So let's not take up too long. Let's go. This might take a while to pan out. His stuff was a little bit difficult, or at least Culver says this is difficult. The rattlesnake one wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but this is a lot of material here. I'm gonna weigh it up in a second, but it's supposed to be about 1 pound, and I think this is probably close to 2 pounds again. So let's shrink down the ugly mug, start doing some panning. Emily Rydell's isn't horrible. It's not the best, though. It's the problem with Emily Rydell's Paydirt was that the last time I reviewed it, it was a higher priced one. So typically, up until now, gold is kind of high. But if you were paying, when I reviewed her, you were paying probably $80 for a gram of gold, majority of sellers, and hers was about 100. So, you know, you're paying a little bit more. You were paying a little bit more. Probably cost you $10 to get her autograph on something. You were probably paying $10 too much just to have something that came from Emily Rydell, which wasn't horrible. I have to say, that's so much better than some of them. You know, you get some of these other people that have really big YouTube channels that you get a much lower ROI. Her ROI isn't that bad. I think it should be better considering she's mining her own gold. You know, if you look at other people that mine gold and sell it, Mammoth Gold Nuggets, Yukon Alley, places like that, you know, they're mining Blue Tundra Gold, they're mining their old gold, and they're giving you 80+% ROIs, guaranteed 80% ROIs and up. And hers was right around 60% ROI and up, which wasn't horrible. Just, you know, you're paying for her name. But all right, let me shrink down the ugly mug, start doing some panning. Got the water all set up. You got to de-brighten it. Maybe like that. We'll see. All right, let's move some stuff around. Start panning. All right, I gotta move my coffee. That's the most important thing to move is my coffee. Find my gloves. I'm a little disorganized. My kids were over today. They're usually not over on Tuesdays, but we had a schedule change, so. All right, pop up in chat. If I miss anything in chat, I apologize, everyone. Hey, Benzo, how's it going? I'm doing good. I mean, I can't complain too much. You know, I could, but nobody's listening. So, I'll keep it all to myself. 83 Sky Warrior, how's it going, brother? Thank you for being here. Even if you are probably working and just hiding in the background, I appreciate it. All right, open up the YouTube app. And Donna, thank you very much, Donna. I forgot, I saw it earlier and I totally forgot. You're always way too kind to me. I really appreciate it, though. Home Zoo Prospecting, Terra Curie, thank you for being here. Chef V, how's it going with you and your new channel, brother? Stephen LeBlanc, thank you for being here. So here we go. Culver prospecting bag. Now, Culver, you don't have to answer this in chat, but since you, you can just send me a message on email or Patreon if you want. But did you guess who my secret shopper was? I figured you would. Once they had bought the 2 bags, I figured you would figure out who they were. Oh, so this one's a little nicer bag. Yeah, a piece of opal in it. I'll have to put that on the side. Yeah, here we go. Some bigger rocks. I probably should have classified this down, but oh well. We'll take out all the big rocks. We'll just pick them out. Thomas Leha, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Well, I do all kinds of different methods to try to make sure people don't figure out my secret shopper. But a lot of people have been talking in chat about my secret shoppers over the last couple of weeks. So this time was a lot harder. And I was kind of in a time crunch, so I couldn't do what I typically do for my secret shoppers. I won't tell anybody my secrets, but I had to deviate from my usual formula. So I figured there was a chance he would figure it out. But if he did, the way I did it was if he did figure out who my secret shopper was, it would be for this bag. It wouldn't be for the one I reviewed. So I will do a results video tomorrow, but if this is sky high, if there's like 20 grams of gold in here, we know he figured it out, definitely. I figured I mean, I never understood the policy. Like, I know, for example, there's been Paydirt reviewers out there who have actually contacted people and told them, I'm going to review your Paydirt. I got this channel, so-and-so. I've seen the emails. A lot of you have seen the text messages I posted once with Kenai Gold on how another reviewer like begged them to, essentially load up their bag of Paydirt. So, but I never understood it because let's say, and I don't think Culver would ever do this, but we're just going to use him because I'm panning out his Paydirt. And again, I don't think Culver would do this. Is if I reached out to Culver and I said, hey, I'm doing a review on your Paydirt, load it up. And he gave me 3-4 grams. And I sent a whole bunch of people there to buy his Paydirt. They would never return because they'd buy a bag and say, oh, I only got a gram. And they're going to figure out that it was a fake review and he's never going to get those customers again. Whereas if he gives me a normal bag of Paydirt and I find a gram in it, everyone else will say, okay, we'll buy his and get a gram. And then they got repeat customers. I always thought it was one of the worst things a business person could do would be to load up a bag for a review. You're just not going to get anything out of it. Absolutely horrible. And since we were talking about Clash before, that's the only reason I'm bringing this up. Because someone brought up Clash before. When Clash did a review on this guy. He's an eBay seller. Absolutely horrible seller. I mean, I tried to get eBay to shut him down because he was buying his own products through a second eBay account to give himself 100% feedback. He was just, buying stuff nonstop from himself, paying himself, and then just relisting, And this was before eBay's fees were really high. This was about 3 or 4 years ago. But I reviewed the guy and got like a 10% ROI or something. Well, Clash ordered it in his name. And you can see in the video, he even tells you he ordered it. And he shows the package and you can see it's in his name. And he didn't give the guy a very good review but he still got like, I think a 35, 40% ROI, which was, triple what I got with a secret shopper. And then to make it even worse, he let the guy send him another bag of Paydirt to review a second time. Because he told Clash, I saw your review. Let me send you another bag to review. And Clash did it. Clash made a second video on the guy. The guy wasn't too bright, though. He still only gave him like a 35% ROI. But, and still, why would you do that? Ugh, craziness. The blue one, this one is a Martin 4-stage. If you go to my channel, if you just go to my videos and you go to, or you can go to my website, millerprospecting.com, and click the shop button. I have links to them all there. Everything I use, I have on or it should be. I haven't looked at that page in a while. I probably should go update that. PA Patriot, how's it going? Sorry if I missed you earlier. Gary Faust, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I can only do two things at once. So if I'm panning and talking, I can't read. So. Yeah, I mean, it's just, Clash has said he uses secret shoppers, but I don't think he does. I think when Clash does videos where he says it's a secret shopper, I think it's people donate to him. And I've had people that do that to me too, where I've had people that got bags of Paydirt, like my Jeff Williams review. Somebody got the bag of Paydirt from Jeff and said, oh, I'll send it to you, review it, and then send me back the gold and the Paydirt. And I'm happy doing that. I've had a lot of people do that. In my early years of reviewing, a lot of my Paydirts were that way. So it's not really a secret shopper. It's just somebody donating a bag to your channel, because they want to, be on the in or something. So I don't think he really uses a secret shopper. I think people just send him Paydirt sometimes, like, oh, I've been watching your channel and I have a bag of lynch mining, review it, I think when he wants to do a review and he thinks of a Paydirt, he just buys it himself. But you never know. He could. With that video, the videos I'm talking about, I can't remember the eBay seller's name. I think it was like, I know the review I did had diamonds in it or something in the thumbnail. When he reviewed that guy, it was like in the middle of his thing where he was, the videos before that, he said he had a secret shopper, and the videos after that, he said he had a secret shopper, but that's because I use so many, Mike. I rotate them out. I have a couple. So the way I do my secret shoppers is I have a couple that are like always on standby for like emergency orders. Like if Clash was to put out a brand new Paydirt today, I could say, oh, here, it's emergency. Go pick me up some of these. But then the rest of the time I try to, bring in new people and, so people won't figure it out. Especially when I'm doing re-reviews on somebody, Somebody buying their first bag, they're not going to think it's a secret shopper. But if that same person keeps coming back, every 2 or 3 months, right around the time, but. No, I did not, Trouble One. But here, let me go. I will log in right now and look. Now, like I said, I had my kids today, so I kind of just totally failed at today's stuff I was supposed to do. Usually Tuesday is my catch-up day because I don't have my kids at all. They go home typically on Monday nights. So I have all Tuesday to catch up on everything and do everything. I don't have a message from you, Troublesome, on Patreon. I have to look. Maybe it got missing. I'll have to go look on my emails too. If you want to resend it, I'll look at it later. Troy, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that so much. And I did see Troy's email. I saw Troy's email earlier today. And yes, I'm happy I sold out as well. I need one of those Culver bags. Everyone needs a bag of Culver prospecting. Everybody needs a good Paydirt seller's bag in their pocket. There's a lot of great sellers out there. So everyone should check out every single seller. If you buy Paydirt, I mean, if you can only buy one bag of Paydirt, I'm not going to tell you who to buy. You can just go to my website, millerprospecting.com, and look at my top 10. And you can just roll a 10-sided dice and pick one, or you could go number 1, then go number 2. But I think everyone should definitely try all the bags of Paydirt on my top 10. And then there's a couple more extras that aren't on my top 10 you could try out. You know, Culver prospecting, Big Texas prospecting. There's a couple other sellers, you know. There was a little bit of gold in that last pan. Another couple little pieces here. So far, this one's all been little gold. Pitbull prospecting, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Only 19 comments. I might have to start kicking people off the channel. That's what we're going to do. Oh, email or Patreon, either one. If you type email into the live chat, if you just type in the word email, it should show up my email so you can know how to email me. But it's Dylan at Miller Prospecting. Or you can send me a message on Patreon. I know, Charles, I still haven't checked out your Paydirt on eBay. I need to. I need to have a month of nothing but eBay. I go and I search on eBay. The problem with eBay is I'll go on eBay, and I do this probably what? Once a month. I say this in one of the live shows. I say I need to do an all eBay month. I'll go and I'll play around on eBay, spend a day just looking at all the Paydirts, reading all the descriptions, trying to see, you know, which ones look like they'd be good to review, even if they don't give me good results, just ones that would be, you know, entertaining videos. And I'll put a whole bunch in my cart. You know, I'll be like, okay, these are the 5 I would review. But since my reviews are always so far out, like right now, it'd be June. Anything I was to buy this month would be for June's reviews. And then when it gets close, you know, like I'll say, okay, next month, let me start buying these Paydirts. Half of them are sold out, or they're no longer selling, or they got kicked off of eBay or something else, you know. Then I'm like, then I don't feel like searching for new ones. So I kind of give up on it. There you go. So yeah, just email me. Now, I will say, since I don't sell Paydirt, my customer service sucks. I'm not the best at replying to emails. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat that can verify that. I'm just horrible. I'm really good at reading the emails, and in my mind, I reply. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to tell them this and this and this. And then I like get busy with something else and I forget. And then the next day I'm like, oh man, I forgot to reply to the email. And then I get busy. Then it's like the 3rd day I reply. So my customer service sucks. Let me just tell you that now. But again, I'm not selling anything, so. Dibberson, how's it going, brother? More cool rocks. I bought a couple bad ones. Yeah, there's a lot of bad ones on there. Sadly, that's generally, I mean, generally most bad sellers will either start on eBay or Etsy. And most of them start on eBay because Etsy, there's very little traffic on Etsy, especially for Paydirt. You know, so it's a lot easier. On eBay, you have companies like Golden Paydirt advertising on eBay. So there's a better chance that someone will see an ad for Gold Paydirt while they're on eBay and then say, ooh, this is cool, but then browse around and look for other Paydirts. Whereas on Etsy, you have to specifically be looking for Paydirt, otherwise you're never going to know they have it. So. Yeah, that's fine. Mike from the Gold Vlog will tell you, I always tell him, I'm more than happy giving away other people's stuff. I love giving away other people's stuff. But yeah, email me the deets, what you want to give away and stuff like that. And we'll figure out a good day to give it away. I try not to give away stuff, advertising that might advertise somebody else's sales when I'm doing somebody, like might take away from Culver prospecting and stuff like that. But I'm always happy to give stuff away. And plus, it's usually easier. Like if I know, like you want to give away a bag of your stuff, I'll buy a bag of your product and do a lot. Some of my live shows, it's not after a review. Like, I just did a Culver Paydirt review, so I try to do him on a Tuesday night show. But if, for instance, I'm not doing a review, like this Saturday, I don't have a video coming out this Saturday. So next Tuesday, I don't know who I'm gonna be panning out next Tuesday, but it's just gonna be some random Paydirt. So I'd be more than happy to give one away next Tuesday. And if I can have enough time, I can buy a bag from you and pan one out. So yeah, I'm good at giving away other people's gold. I give away a wee bit of my own, but just sadly, I'm a broke old man, so I can't give away too much. But other people that have a lot more gold than me, I'll give that stuff away left and right. Yeah, I am Zaxxon wants to know, Culver. Does Culver still have any in Paydirt in stock? He should have some in stock. Yeah, my secret shopper had no problems with Culver. It went out quick. He ordered it, went out quick, no problems. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't think it's realistic for anybody to think that they should get a 100% ROI out of a bag of Paydirt that's not advertised as 100% ROI. So I think if you can get a score, probably 9.6 or higher, it is a golden bag of Paydirt. That's what you should. And every Paydirt seller should be shooting for 9.5, 9.4 and up, 9.4 and up, because that just means the vast majority of your scores are really high on the scale. And sometimes you do get the ones that are, higher because they give you 100% ROI or something, but we shouldn't expect that. So like I said in the review, I think this is about as good of a bag of Paydirt as you can get, and that's what people should expect. Lots of pretty stones. I'm totally going to forget all this stuff when I do the results show tomorrow. I'm going to try not to, though. Here, let me see if I can get something to put them in. If I get a little boat to put all these rocks in, I might not forget them for the show tomorrow. Because when I did the review, I totally forgot the nickel and the arrowhead. But, they were off on the side. People saw me pull them out. But awesome, Troubled One. I'll be here. Yeah, everyone should definitely go check out Culver Prospecting. Oh, look. Another arrowhead. See, I forgot the one in another show, but here's another one. Did they even have Indians in Colorado now, though? Thank you, as always, Weezin. I need to copy that and just make it into, because I do have something if you type in, I don't remember what it is. But it does tell you my website. I think if you just type in website, but yours is so much better than what I wrote. I'm going to have to copy yours, Weezin, and just put it in so you don't have to type it. Hopefully you have that, like, copied somewhere so you can just copy and paste it. But see, this is why Weezin is employed as a moderator. Okay, now we're getting some chunkier gold. Still some tiny stuff, but a little bit chunkier stuff. Is Nightbot not telling us to go to Culver prospecting? I think if you type in, what is it, Paydirt? Maybe that's what comes up, Culver's thing. Some dirty material. Oh, they had the Ute Indians. I was just joking. Before us and measles, there's Indians pretty much everywhere. And turning off the lights. Don't forget that, because I can't afford to have my lights on all night, wheezing. Mentally corrupted, how's it going? I am Zaxxon. I agree. If YouTube wasn't so funny about copyright stuff, I'd have totally gotten Weezer to do my intro song. I know, right after I ordered these, he came out with the red dough. I was like, oh man. Like, I kind of wanted that one. I would have probably done the red dough for this show, though. I probably wouldn't have reviewed it. Ooh, nice chunky. No, don't worry. They'll remind you. That's the one good thing about the electric company is they will remind you by turning off your lights that you didn't pay. So you figure it out really quick. I got candles. That's it. I have like 3 or 4 of the emergency candles as like 100-hour candles just in case. It's like, okay, I'm good for 4 days. Because I have a few flashlights around, but flashlights, if you've ever seen a horror movie, they don't work when you need them. When you start hearing that creepy noise in the middle of the night, that flashlight's not going to work. So I keep a couple of those 100-hour candles. This one was about 2 pounds. The one I reviewed was 2 pounds, but I think this one is the one I reviewed, the rattlesnake. What was that? 1 pound, 15 ounces. I think this one was a little bit heavier than that. I didn't weigh it, even though I said I was going to earlier. But it was definitely a heavy bag. It was close to 2 pounds, if not over. Trouble. But like I said, if you've seen a horror movie, as soon as you start hearing those creepy noises, that thing is not going to work. That's it. That's it. I am Zaxxon. If I know there's a monster in my house, everything is being caught on fire. I'm setting the whole house on fire. Some more gold. I never understood that. You see people in the horror movies where they're banging the flashlight. It's like, nope, set the couch on fire and just push the couch through the whole house. Wrap one of those curtains around a broom and just start walking through the house. Well, I appreciate you listening, Mentally Corrupted. I appreciate all the lurkers. I know a lot of times people can't get in chat. Just be cool. Thank you for being here. I watch a lot of live shows and I almost am never in chat. Because typically if I watch a live show, it's on my phone, and I'll have my phone just sitting somewhere, like, while I clean my house and do stuff and, try and catch up on stuff, do paperwork, or, sit there Googling Paydirts to review in the future. And I know if I put up the channel on my computer, I'll get busy. And like the other day at JP's, where I'll get trapped and just stuck into it and spend 2.5 hours in chat when I got something else to do. So usually I want to listen to them and make sure and thumb them up so they get, the views and the likes. But I just never have a hard time in the chat part, especially on my phone. John Gear, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I do not have good thumbs for texting. It takes me a good 5 minutes to write one sentence, so. Well, I appreciate that, Jason. Hopefully your son is doing better. Rehab soon, huh? And you should be getting soon to your surgery, huh? I know you're not looking forward to that, but a little chunky and some finer stuff. This one definitely has a lot more small gold than the rattlesnake bag did. But we're almost done. Got 2 more pans. Then we use the finishing pan up here. John Gear, I did say hi to you. I saw you earlier pop in. TM, how's it going? I know my son was in his flashlight phase probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and that boy must have like 100 flashlights. So if I know if the lights go out, I know to go in his room. He's probably got 4 or 5 of them just all over the room. It's just finding that first one, and then you're set. Oh, that's awesome, Jason. Rehab sucks, but I think that's the milestone. Like once you start doing rehab, everything gets better and better from that point on. That's it, Ortiz. That's what I do. I'm always lurking and just listening. And then I hate to chat, because like if I'm listening to somebody and I know if I say something, like if I go into chat and like, oh, hey, everybody, and I type chat, then everyone's going to reply to me and someone will ask me a question or something. Then I'm like, man, now I got to stay here and I can't do what I'm supposed to do. Because, a lot of times like tonight after the show, I've got to clean my whole house, get everything set because my kids are coming over again tomorrow. I got to go grocery shopping, do the shoot video for tomorrow, edit it, stuff like that. So if there's somebody here with a live show, I can listen, but I can't do anything, I do need to start on certain days, like Saturdays, every other Saturday I'm free. I need to start hanging at JP's show and stuff like that. I'm Zach. Nice little fingernail piece. Definitely going to get our gram out of this one. There we go. This is the last of it. Yeah, it's been, I think right around 5 years since I took any pain meds. But I never really took a lot of them, when I was prescribed my pain meds, which I guess started like 12 years ago, I was supposed to be taking 3 to 4 a day, and I would take maybe one, maybe one, some days none. And the rest would just get disposed of. But after a while, I just realized I was like, it's not worth going to the doctor just to take one a day. And, you never know when that one day you'll just decide, you need more than one. So I was like, nah, you get used to the pain, It's never fun, but I do like Mammoth Golden Nuggets. I do like them. I definitely need to review them again soon. I need to do a battle with them. Originally, I had wanted to do a battle with them against Yukon Alley, but since she only sells a little bit, and she's going to be upset that she probably didn't get a notification for tonight's show. But I originally wanted to do a battle between both of them, but I just couldn't get her Paydirt, as I had been sitting on the bag I reviewed of hers for a while. I couldn't get another one because she had sold out. But maybe in May I'll have to try and go back to them because I've got all my April Paydirts in stock already. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll prescribe you. They will give you stuff, no matter. I mean, I remember my doctor, because here you have to go see. I mean, not all states are like this, but here you have to go to a specialist. Pain medicine doctor. Normal doctors can't really prescribe you stuff long term. You have to go to a specialist to see him. And he would ask me, like, what's your pain level and this and this and this, and I'd tell him, and he'd say, oh, and every single time he would ask me and I would tell him, I don't always take my medicines and stuff like that. I was always honest, and then, but he would be like, oh, well, why don't we up your dosage? Why don't we, and not just like a little bit, like he would want to go like full blown, like, why don't we put you on Oxy? And I'm like, no. I'm like, what is your deal? Right? I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I don't want to take the ones you're giving me, but just like the ones he gave me, I didn't want to take those, but they didn't have a lower dosage. Oh. And then he got fired. I wonder why. So he got fired and they brought in a new person, and I tried a couple of different things like off-brand medicines and stuff that they, like, oh, this might have good results and this, but it is, after a while, it's just like, it's not worth it. Just not worth it. Just taking medicine sucks as it is. Redman, how's it going, brother? Yep. Yeah, I had to go have my left wrist looked at last week because I've been having some real bad problems with it. I wanted to make sure it just wasn't something that was going to have to be surgery, and it was just sprained or something bad, and it was just a bad episode. It wasn't anything. So yeah, they love to give you those. I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's because all the kickbacks they were getting, but CJ, yeah. They had a really good movie with Michael Keaton in it about the Oxy thing. It was really, really good. It was a 6-part series, and I really like Michael Keaton. He's one of my favorite actors. So it was a really good series. Michael Keaton was a doctor who gets addicted to him himself. It should have been a 12-episode one, and they really should have went into the characters of each one, but it was really good. Yep. Yeah, when I had my knee replaced, my second knee replaced, it was after I had quit everything, because I don't drink or do anything. And the only pain meds I took was I had a nerve block in my leg where they put a nerve block essentially in my thigh, and that was it. I didn't no pills after that. So, and it sucked because when they did the nerve block in my leg, it's they put like a plastic needle. It's a thin like glass needle in your leg, and then you get a pump, and the pump's supposed to last 7 days, and it's just for the nerve. So your leg feels it, so you don't get all woozy or you don't see anything else. It just blocks the nerves in your leg. And unfortunately, though, I guess, during the surgery, either I was kicking around or they were, knocking me around. It came halfway out, which meant that only half of the medicine was going into my knee. So we had to double the dosage. So instead of it lasting 7 days, it only lasted 3. And after 3 days, I cried like a little baby, curled up on my couch for a couple of days. But it beat, taking a whole bunch of pills. Oh yeah, trouble in London. It was crazy. It's the same thing. I tell my kids all the time. So there used to be. I mean, I'm sure you all know it, but there's what was the company called? Airborne. It's a vitamin, and all it is essentially is a giant vitamin C pill. And I remember when they first came out, they used to advertise all over the place. And my wife at the time, anytime she got sick, would always, oh, need to go get some Airborne. She'd take it because they used to advertise that it would shorten the length of your flu or cold or anything, and it was unproven. And they got sued by the FDA, and the FDA came back and made them pay. I think it was like a $5 million fine or something ridiculous like that. And it was something like 10% of their profit for 1 year. It's like, wow, wow, I just made $100 million profit by lying, and you're going to fine me 5. It's all crazy. Casey, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Scott Sharp, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And anyone else I missed, I apologize. I see you. Thank you for joining the show. Gotta put some of that secret sauce in there. And also make sure, if you haven't already, HD just dropped the hidden link. Make sure you go leave a comment in the hidden link, because I will be giving away 2 spots tonight. I'm giving away 2 spots tonight for my 1 gram bag Paydirt giveaway that will be in a couple shows from now. We're giving away spots number 5 and 6, I think, tonight. So make sure you're here for that, because if I do pull your name, you do have to say something in live chat. So if you leave a comment in the hidden link, make sure you're here for the end of the show. That's why the rich keep getting rich. Me and my son were talking about that today. We were talking about different businessmen that, even though they're absolute failures, they're still super, super rich. And how just once you get to a certain point of richness, it just nothing you can do will keep you from being rich, Because even if you get fined or go to jail or anything, you're still rich, I'd rather buy gold. Yep. Buying gold makes everything better. Yeah, the vast majority of medicines don't cure anything. They just prevent things from getting worse. That's what I can attest to that. I mean, I'm on the medicine I'm on that I'm on methotrexate, which is an immune suppressant, and I take that, and all it does is keep my medical conditions at their current state, so they won't get worse, which is good. And I like that. But then there's also, I have to go get my blood tested every 3 months because it could kill my liver, so, you know, my current problems will stay the exact same until the medicines I'm taking that keep them the same decides to kill my liver. So, And then I'll be on a whole slew of different medicines to keep my liver at the right place. Just out of curiosity, we're going to still pan it. Really heavy and magnetite. This would be pretty easy to pan out. Use a magnet. Just checking. Miller for president, I'm telling you. I have somewhere, I did make up a logo for Miller for president for my Facebook page because I almost never post on Facebook on my personal account. And I was like, oh, I should just start posting on there daily, you know. But then I always forget about stuff. And Casey, dang. I try to avoid semis any which way I can. It's amazing. Some doctors, I've been to a couple of doctors where, you know, like it's like you're beneath them. It's like you do know my insurance or I'm going to be the one paying you. I don't know if I ever hit the million mark. Probably. I had a couple really good years, but definitely always broke. Well, we're getting to the gold now. Make sure you go leave a comment on the hidden link. And as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this. And thank you very much for dropping it, Donna. Appreciate it. Big rocks. I don't know what's up with my phone tonight. It keeps trying to. Oh, it's almost dead. That's why. It keeps trying to shut off. All right, Jason. Well, I appreciate you being here. If you don't come back, have a great night. I hope your son starts feeling a lot better. And remember, tell him chicks dig scars. He's got a big one now. I know. Taco lasagna. I was actually the other day I was looking at some different taco recipes, like taco salad and taco lasagna and things like that. Taco casserole. Because my kids are coming over tomorrow and Thursday, and I was like, oh, we'll do 2 little Mexican dinners. Then I went with chimichangas. I decided to do chimichangas instead. So, the tacos. We're going to do chimichangas one night and fish tacos the next night. So, or enchiladas, one of the two. I haven't decided yet. Hey, Joey, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Even if you are very, very late. Oh, I agree. Finding gold, not even finding it, just getting gold free is the best. But then if you can't, if somebody's just not going to give you gold, which is the number one thing, if you can't get someone just to give you gold, finding it would be next, and then buying it would be third. And in case anyone is late to the show and doesn't know, this is the tail remnants of a bag of Culver prospecting Paydirt. This is Indiana Pass Paydirt. Nightbot has totally failed tonight. He was supposed to be posting this, and I haven't seen him post it one time. He might have to replace Nightbot if he doesn't get his act together. But there we go. That's what we found tonight. Pitbull. Richard B. Better late than never, huh? I appreciate everyone if they even pop in for a minute or two. It's always good. Let me see. I'm gonna look up before y'all look at my ugly mug. Let me look up Nightbot and see what he's not doing his job. Grab me some coffee. Oh, well, maybe I messed up the commands. Maybe it wasn't Nightbot's fault. I thought I put it in there, but maybe not. Yeah. That's what I put in. That was the only thing I put in. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't have the URL in it. I think I had thought I had done it somewhere else. Oh well. You know. This is why my channel can't be popular. Just silly mistakes like that. I don't know why I didn't put a link, but just in case anyone wants it. Culverprospecting.com. There we go. All right. Nightbot got a reprise. It was my mess up. Well, let's shrink down the gold. Well, here, let me brighten up the gold first. There we go. Make it nice and shiny. Now shrink it down. There we go. Some really fun. That was some Paydirt. I like that Paydirt. I like both of them. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it for a second. I will say I probably think I like this one better than the Rattlesnake Gulch. I think I like this one better. So if you had to pick one, my personal choice would be this one over the Rattlesnake Gulch. Plus, I absolutely hate snakes. I absolutely hate snakes. It's the one thing that I'm scared of more than anything in the world is snakes. So I have to go with the Independence Pass over Rattlesnake Gulch. Mega Dog, how's it going? Thank you very much. He does. I liked both of them. I didn't get to try out the new one he just put out because that was after my secret shop already bought some. But I enjoyed both of them. I really liked both of them. They're both, they're not the hardest Paydirts in the world. This one I think was definitely a lot harder than the rattlesnake I did, but that might just be each bag individual. Every bag's going to be a little bit different. So there wasn't as much black sands in the rattlesnake that I did as this one. So, and thank you again, Weezin. Weezin's always the one with the good links and stuff. Weezin, you definitely have a job next week still. Wake up, idiots. How's it going? Thank you for joining this show. I appreciate it. The new one is great. I know. It's funny because I usually, so what'll happen is like when I have my secret shopper buy the Paydirt, I mark everything, I copy all the descriptions, screenshot everything, do all this stuff for the video. And then I kind of don't visit their site again until I'm getting ready to shoot the video. So like all my April Paydirts I ordered, I guess like the month before last. So in January, I think I ordered all my April Paydirts, end of January. So I haven't even looked at these sites. So what happens is then when I go back and I'm getting ready to shoot the videos, I'll go back to their websites to make sure they're one, still open, two, that they're still selling, things like that. And I saw his new one and I was like, oh, let me read this. And I was like, dang it, I really wanted this. Yeah, I'm sure he'll ship to you, Dib. Everybody will ship to you, Dib. You're a snake wrangler? No for me. Nope, cannot stand. I grew up in the South. I grew up in Louisiana, and we used to there was always somebody you knew that lived out in the woods. So you were always, like on the weekends, you were always at somebody's house, and they all had creeks in the backyard, and you'd be like, oh, let's go play, and they'd tell the kids, go play in the backyard, just watch out for the water moccasins. And water moccasins, even though they're not the deadliest snakes out there, they are some of the orniest. They will attack anything. They don't care. I remember one time we were in a metal canoe and one of them just came up and all you can hear was just tink, 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 tink. We couldn't figure out what it was. Look over on the side and it's just water moccasin just nailing the boat trying to get in there. And I was just like, nope, I hate snakes. Nope. Oh. I scream like a little girl around smaller snakes, any snake. Oh, can't stand them. The only time I can deal with a snake is at a zoo and they're behind the glass. And even then, I still like, it's like, I know he's thinking about how to get out and, I remember when I watched the movie Snakes on a Plane, I was just like, nope, kick down the pilot's door and just crash that plane. Just end it quick. I cannot be on this plane. Ain't no fighting back to the snakes, nothing like that. Just nosedive straight, end it all. Now, I have eaten snake, but that doesn't mean I want them wiggling around me. Nope. Mentally corrupted. Yeah, I mean, I like both of them. I tried I think it was the rattlesnake that he sent me originally before he was going to sell Paydirt. And I liked it. And I enjoyed both of them. I think either one is good. So, anything that's not chicken, that tastes like chicken, is chewy. Alligator is chewy. Turtle is chewy. Turtle legs are chewy. Well, turtle legs are, not turtle legs, frog legs, if they're not cooked properly. Like frog legs, you have to cook them quick. And most places won't. Like if you go to most restaurants, they don't cook them quick. They kind of let them sit there and saute way too long, and then they get chewy. So, yeah. I don't like live ones. I don't like dead ones. Nothing to do with snakes. No. Yeah. See, that's the reason. That's one of the reasons I could not be in Australia, because there's snakes there. Because the snakes there chase you down too, and they're deadly. Like their little brown snake. It's just a little fat little snake that's just it's like the Joe Pesci of snakes, and it'll kill you. It's just, their little mini Joe Pesci snake will just chase you down and saying, I'm going to kill you. And it's like, nope, I can't do that. Uh, yeah, see, I would have died right at that moment, Red Man. That would have been it. That would have been the end of me. I'd have heart attacked it out and been, boop, boop. He was on the toilet, snake fell on him, dead. I'm not a huge fan of frog legs. I've eaten them. Being in the South, you eat them. They're, a lot of restaurants you'll go to in the South, they'll put them on the menu. And, some of the restaurants I worked at, like, oh, they're going to go bad. So they would cook them up. Like a lot of restaurants in the French Quarter, they would feed you lunch. So any of the food that was getting ready to go bad or something like that, they would just cook everything up. And that was the employees' lunch, as opposed to throwing it away. And that way they get to keep you on premise. So you didn't leave and fail to show back up for the second half because you'd work, 12-hour, 14-hour shifts. So, you'd get there at 10 o'clock in the morning and work till, 10 or 11 o'clock at night. They wanted to make sure you stayed there the whole time so they'd feed you lunch. And every once in a while it'd be something like that, or they do oyster Rockefellers because the oysters were going bad or stuff, Culver. uh. Yeah, in Louisiana, they'll pretty much eat anything. Well, see, that's the thing is, even though I lived in Louisiana the majority of my life, there are some things I would not eat, and I would eat almost anything in Louisiana. Just oysters and things like oysters are not appetizing looking. I don't know who thought up the idea like, ooh, look at this little like nose booger. It's gonna be good, I bet. Especially raw. But I would eat them all. Is catfish though. I will not eat catfish. Catfish are turd eaters. They eat the turds. Nope. And it was funny. Like you would see people used to fish. So they would get people that would always fish in the canals in New Orleans. And, mostly poor people, they'd go fish in the canals and they would pull out these catfish, big, huge catfish, but they would have tumors on them the size of my head. And they were like, oh, you just cut that tumor off. And it's like, no, it's because they're eating nothing but the worst trash at the bottom. So yeah, I was poor and I grew up extremely poor and I was not eating catfish. Nope. That's the one thing I've never eaten catfish and I never will eat catfish. Nope. Bottom feeders, no. 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 Fish, I'm not a huge fan of fish, but I'm very particular about my fish. I don't eat farm raised and I don't eat catfish. And the worst thing is nowadays catfish are all farm raised. And it's bad enough what they eat normally. I mean, probably the farm raised is better, even though they're going to have higher level of mercury in them, it's better than what they normally eat. Ooh, look, there's some radioactive sludge. Let's go eat that. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't do the Rocky Mountain oysters because that's not really the same as an oyster. But in the South, they don't have those, luckily. So it depends on what it is farm raised. Some fish are good farm raised, some aren't. Some, like what's the other fish that's not tilapia? Tilapia is not a good fish that's farm raised. Some farm raised fish just don't do well. They tend to hold on to a lot of more of the bad stuff. So some farm raised stuff isn't bad. Crawfish are wonderful. I love crawfish. If I could live off of one food the rest of my life, it would be crawfish. I would eat crawfish every day for the rest of my life if I could. If I won $1 billion, I would have crawfish flown in every single day. I would have some chef outside my backyard just boiling them 24 hours a day. So I love crawfish. Crawfish are the best. No. And they are. Well, the thing about crawfish is, see, that's one of the things I love about them. They're kind of like if you get shrimp at a shrimp boil and you have to peel them. If it takes you 3 minutes to peel one, you get a little piece of meat, you could spend all day eating and you won't get fat because you just spent most of the time peeling. So, but I love crawfish. Not tilapia and not crawfish. I don't know yet. I have to go to the store and see what they have there. I don't know. I don't have it. That's why I said it might be enchiladas. It'll just depend when I go to the store tomorrow. If they don't have something I like. No, they're not fishy at all. No. They're I don't know if you ever had a Langenstein. So you have crawfish, and then you have langoustines, which are bigger crawfish, and then you have lobsters. They all taste the same. It's just kind of like shrimp. You know, if you get a small shrimp and then you get a really, really big, the jumbo shrimp, they're a little bit meatier and a little tougher. It's the same thing. Lobsters are a little bit tougher than langoustines, and langoustines are a little bit tougher than crawfish. So, yeah, that's what they're called, mud bugs. That's what we call them in the South. A lot of people will. Depends on where you're at in the South. CJ's, I would hire a whole, if I was a billionaire, I'd hire a whole bunch of people as my personal chefs. I'd have to, because I'd have crawfish 24 hours a day. So that's like a 4-man chef job. You know, you got to have them rotating in and out. Mark Sheldon, I love crawfish. Crawfish is my favorite. Unfortunately, here, the only way you can get them is frozen. I actually had crawfish like 2 weeks ago. I got some of the frozen crawfish, like just the crawfish meat. And it's not very good. You know, like if you thaw it out and you just eat it because it's not cooked, it's like pre-cooked and they freeze it. It's decent, but once you cook it again, it just doesn't have the same flavor or same consistency. And I guess like 2 years ago, I flew in some crawfish and boiled it. But again, it's, you know, they take it, they boil it, and they flash freeze it, and it's just not the same being heated up a second time. So. Yeah, crawfish are, you know. All right, let me get everything set up. We're going to be pulling 2 names because I do have my 10-spot giveaway coming up for this bag of golden Paydirt with 1 gram of gold in it. So we're going to be pulling 2 names. How many names? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be spot number 5 and 6 of 10 because last week the person's name I pulled wasn't here, so they didn't collect on it. And Redman, reminding me, Redman, I'm waiting. Yukon Alley, I'm pretty sure, is sending me the Paydirt, and then I'm going to send it to you. So, Redman, it might take a while to get that Yukon Alley Paydirt. I was just talking to her yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was talking to her the day before yesterday because she wasn't sure if she should send Paydirt or concentrate. So I told her just whatever she wanted, send it to me. She's going to send it to me, and I'm going to send it to you, Redman. So, I do love crabs too. I love blue shell crabs. I love soft shell crabs. I love crabs too. I'm not a huge lobster fan, but so crabs, you know, for the days that the chefs couldn't get crawfish, I'll have crabs. That's what I'll have, you know. All right, let me go make sure everything is up. All the comments are going through. And then we will draw 2 names. All right, everyone's went through. I didn't mess this part up. Keith and Wynn, how's it going? Crawdads, yep. I know. Hopefully the winner is here tonight. Well, last week we had 2 winners, but unfortunately only 1 for the Miller Prospecting giveaway. And I don't remember who was that. I can't remember their name now, but they weren't here. And then Redman was the second pick, and he didn't get a spot in there in the Miller Prospecting giveaway, but he did get a bag of Yukon Alley's Paydirt. So, and I think Yukon, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Yukon Alley is sending me 2 bags. One's going to go to Redman, and the other one I will give away at the next Patreon live show. So, if she does send me one for the person that wasn't here, I will end up giving that away because it's somebody else's gold, and I love giving it away. So that will be at the next Patreon show. And I'll probably just do that for a Patreon member in the live chat or something because I know they'll be here, you know. And I stayed in Annapolis, Maryland for a summer. I really liked it there. I think that's probably one of the nicer places I've ever been. So, where I enjoyed being there. You know, it was a really nice town. So, spent a summer on a sailboat in Annapolis, Maryland. I don't think we didn't catch anything off the pier that I can remember. But then again, I wasn't too old, so I was probably 16, 15 or 16. So I love shrimp too. I eat shrimp. I eat shrimp a lot. Just because I can't get crawfish here, so I eat shrimp probably 3 or 4 times a week. So anytime my kids, or 3 or 4 times when my kids aren't here, if my kids are here, they won't eat shrimp. So yep, sailors are. Nope. I know I used to always think it was funny in the South too. Like crawfish aren't expensive. You know, if you're in the South, like if you're in Louisiana, a full bag, 55-pound bag is like $50. You know, they're not super expensive, and 55-pound bag is for a good 8 or 9 people. And you would see like when they would come out, the crawfish come out in the season, people pulled over on the side of the interstate, just out there picking them up, and it's like you're gonna get like 30 of them. You're gonna spend an hour out here to catch 30 of them. I'm like, if you at least put a trap out there and just leave, and come back and pick up the trap. So, I don't know. Here, let me post this. I will post the hidden link one more time. Make sure you go, if you haven't already, post a comment on the hidden link that Nightbot is going to post up right now on live chat. And you will get entries number 5 and 6 for my 1 gram bag of Paydirt that I will give away once we've got all 10 spots filled. And this is for spots number 5 and 6. As always, if I pull your name, you must post something in live chat to claim your pick. Otherwise, you're not. And if you are not a Patreon member, you only get 1 spot. Patreon members can have multiple spots because I've already gotten 4 names picked. That's Nathan, Casey Sring, Beerman's Prospecting, and Stephen LeBlanc. And since there are Patreon members, they can win again tonight. And also, if you're not a Patreon member and I pull your name, I will tell you to email me so I can have your address on file for if you win. Because you don't need to be here when I do the official drawing after 10 spots. And if you win, it's much easier if I just send it to you. So, Bubba likes shrimp. Yep. Bubba really likes shrimp. That's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. The book is even wilder. The book that it's based on is even wilder. So. Terry Curie. Bacchus. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Dib Dibberson. Yeah, you're probably one of the very few that would be ordering Paydirt. No, but all right, let me go make sure we're all set up for the site and everything. Give it 1 more minute, and then we're going to go pull a name. And while we're waiting, though, so Saturday, I don't have a video coming out Saturday. I've got some side project stuff I've got to work on, namely taxes and stuff like that. I've got to get a jump on my taxes because last year I waited till the last week. And this year, they're actually making us pay our taxes on April 15th. They're not doing any more of this COVID stuff where it's delayed for a while. So I've got to get up on the ball on my taxes. But Tuesday, we will be doing a live show. And then next Saturday and after that, we've got some videos coming out. But for right now, this Saturday, it's me staring at a computer screen and pulling the last of my hair out, which I have some that grows on the side, none on the top. And do my taxes. But Tuesday, we will be back. We'll be panning something out. I have no idea what. I know I have it written somewhere, but I don't know. We'll be panning something out, and maybe we'll be giving something away from Troublesome. We'll have to see. But at the very least, next Tuesday, we will be giving away another spot for this. Hopefully only 1 spot because everyone's here tonight. But, all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug. Get rid of the gold. Bye-bye, gold. All right, make sure that's on. All right, let's shrink down the ugly mug. We're going to give away 2 spots tonight. And as you can see, there it is. Culver Prospecting's Rattlesnake Gulch 1 gram bag of gold Paydirt. And that's review number 330 I've done. So definitely a good bag of Paydirt. He's not on my top 10 recommended sellers list right now, because I probably will have to review him a second time or do some battles with him or something else to update this list. I still need to go back and check everyone, make sure. I haven't done it this month yet. Make sure every one of these sellers is actually still selling. Make sure they're still doing stuff. I might, and I hate to say this, I might bump Yukon Alley down to number 11 again since she's not really selling. And she's always been my honorary number 11 spot. But I had taken off one of these sellers off the top 10 she put in there. So Culver might be on there next week. I'll have to see. Since I'm not going to be doing anything this week. But in the last 100 reviews, oh, I forgot to name that. Look at that. I named it number 230. I'm going to have to fix that after the show. It's review number 330. But here we go. Fetch the comments. Anything goes, except for replies. We're going to be pulling 2 names again. Both people must post something in the live chat before the end of the show to claim your prize. But let's go. And I will say this before I click this pick a winner. If you didn't hit that like button, you probably have 0 chance of winning. If you didn't hit the like button, you have 0 chance of winning. So here we go. Number 1, Alan Jackson. There you go. Alan Jackson. I know he's here. So Alan Jackson is pick number 1. So congratulations, Alan. Maybe you'll win this and you'll have to pan out something besides the mammoth. And now let's pick winner number 2. Bierman again. So we got Bierman twice. And the last time, Bierman made us wait. Bierman scared us last time. He was here at the very end. So hopefully he's here watching. He's usually in his store watching. So Bierman's, congratulations. Oh, he left his, you can tell this is an early one. My Patreon members get an early chance to get in the links. I let them post early, and you can tell this is an early one. It's almost Miller time. He posted this before the show even started. But there we go. Those are the 2 winners. And now everyone has to look at my mug full size. Let's see if they're both here. Bierman is here. So Bierman's here, and he's a Patreon member. So Bierman can still get more shots. He's already got 2 shots. Now I don't remember who had the 2 shots last one. I think, was it Jason? I think had 2 chances last time, and he got swept by Amanda Culver. No. Casey, thank you for being here. Alan is here. So Alan is here. Alan, I will need you to email me with your address. I know you already have my email, so email me your address so I can put it on file, so in case you win and you're not here. It is going to be a couple of weeks. We're not going to be pulling this until the end of April, so we still have a couple of weeks to pull this out. But in April, when I do this one, I think it'll be 4:30. I think that's the end of April the show will be. And if you're not here and I pull your name, I can just send it to you. But thanks to the winners for that. Now, again, no video Saturday. I originally had a little fluff video I was going to throw in there, but I didn't even have a chance to shoot it. I was sorting through paperwork for my taxes. So I'm going to be doing some tax stuff, some personal stuff this Saturday. Next Tuesday, we are going to have a live show. I enjoy the live shows almost more than doing the reviews sometimes, depending on who I'm reviewing. And then after that, we'll be back on schedule doing some more videos. So April, I'm going to have a ton of videos coming out. I've got so much Paydirt for April. So many videos coming out for April. So, and I'm also, just in case, I have a couple big giveaways in April as well. I've got a gold nugget to give away. I've got a sluice to give away. In April, I'm going to be giving away something for my Patreon members this month as well. But in April, I've got a whole bunch of stuff because it's going to be Arizona month. So, but no video Saturday. Tomorrow I will post a results video. I'll weigh up this gold, tell you what I thought about it and stuff like that, in case you didn't already hear me say I really like this Paydirt. But I will give you an ROI on stuff because I did have a secret shopper buy it. I'm sure he figured out who my secret shopper might have been, but it wouldn't matter. I'll still give you the ROI. It's not a review. We'll just tell you what it is. So I do have a video coming out tomorrow. It's just going to be a little short 2-minute video telling you with the ROI, what I paid for this bag of Paydirt, things like that. So, and then next Tuesday we'll be back. We'll pan out something more and have some fun panning that out. So thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rocky. And I thank you everyone who joined the show. I always really appreciate everyone who joins these live shows All 55 of you who left comments, I appreciate you. I don't know how many likes the channel got tonight, but I appreciate everyone who liked the live stream. I think we got 65 likes. So all 65 people that came into this channel, the live show, and gave a thumbs up. Thank you all very much. I appreciate everybody who watches the channel. And thank you to all my Patreon members. Because with my Patreon members, I can do these live shows, you know, because they pay me $2,000 a day to do this. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. No, thank you. And Donna, thank you as always. Appreciate it. Way too kind as always with your time and everything. So, all right, Tim. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go start cleaning because my kids come over tomorrow, and you know they just tore up my house today. Gotta clean it up for tomorrow. So, but thanks everyone. I will post a video tomorrow. Nothing on Saturday, and then next Tuesday we'll be back. You have to refresh your screen, Dib. It doesn't refresh. If you're watching the show, it doesn't refresh. I don't know why it does that, but I have the master panel. So my master panel tells me how many concurrent viewers I've had, things like that. So it's only 3,500 a day. Man, I wish. Y'all would cry if you knew how much I make off this YouTube channel. I pay myself a monthly salary, and it is very, very low. Very, very low. I could probably panhandle more money in a couple days, but I don't do this show for money, so what? No, I do these shows because I absolutely love them, but just to get the Paydirt, my Patreon members, you know, it's because I have Patreon members that allow me to, you know, have extra bags of Paydirt to pan out, so, and do second reviews on channels. And thank you, Amanda. I really wish I could have gotten to it sooner. I really did. I was trying to, but it's just so hard because I book out stuff in advance, and a lot of times in my head, and I am a very like strict person in my head. So like, you know, in April, everything I have for April is in Arizona. It's all from Arizona. I'm doing an Arizona month. And there's a Paydirt I really, really wanted to review this month or next month, and I just couldn't get it in time. And I'm like, well, I could fit it in for Arizona, but nope, it's not from Arizona. So I cannot do it. So it's really hard, especially like when a new seller comes out. I've got a new seller that I've really wanted to review, and I found them last year in February, and it's already March this year, and I still haven't gotten to them. So it's, you know, it's hard. You know, you don't want to start, you know, you could say, oh, let me just do them all now, but then you don't have any videos to shoot for the next month. So, but I really enjoyed y'all's Paydirt. I'm glad y'all started selling Paydirt. So it's good stuff. Hopefully you stick around for a while. Tens and tens of dollars. That's about it, Culver. That's about it. So, and yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And I will definitely see you all next Tuesday. We'll be panning out something. And it'll be something fun because I have a whole bunch of stuff on these shelves I can pan out. So I always got something to pan out. But I'm out of here. Thanks, everyone. I will have an update video tomorrow, a results video for tomorrow. And then next Tuesday, we'll be panning something out. So got to wait a week to see my ugly mug again. But thanks, everyone who joined the show. And have a great week.